Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, or as it's known for short among her friends, the cesspool of hellacious corruption and dishonesty bent on elevating a desiccated, soulless hag to the highest office in the land. I can't tell you what her enemies call it. But in any case, the campaign has been searching for a response to FBI Director James Comey's announcement that he is investigating a new catch of Hillary's emails. While at a beauty salon preparing for her next appearance, Hillary Clinton said she wanted to send this message to Comey.
Well, listen, Hick. I was too much for any big city police force to handle. They tried, but they couldn't. But the United States government have pinned a rap on me. Yeah, and they won't make it stick. You Hick. I'll be back pulling strings to get guys elected mayor and governor before you ever get a $10 raise.
But before the campaign settled on that response, they rejected a number of other suggestions. And today, Project Klavan, a 501c3 nonprofit charitable corporation designed to funnel money into my personal offshore account, has recovered those suggested responses. Here's the list of Clinton responses to the latest scandal that were rejected by her campaign. Number 1. Claim that this investigation is part of the same vast right-wing conspiracy that falsely accused Bill Clinton of having an affair with an intern in the Oval Office. Number 2, run screaming through the streets, "Look behind you, Donald Trump is coming, run for your life," then shriek loudly in hopes of causing a panic. Number 3, admit that you made a mistake in using a private server, but point out that you only did it to hide your other illegal activities. Number 4, admit that you've been a naughty girl in a sultry, seductive voice, and then hike up the hem of your pantsuit and say, "But how'd you like a piece of this action, huh, big boy?" You can see why they rejected some of these. Number 5, point out that after centuries of American men oppressing women by working to support them and their children, the only way these men can properly atone for their crimes is by electing a lesbian president. Number 6, point out that Uma Abedin worked for a radical Islamic magazine and has ties to the Islamic Brotherhood, and therefore anyone who has a problem with Hillary's classified emails appearing on her computer is clearly Islamophobic. Number 7, point out that America's economy is suffering, her wars overseas are getting worse, and corruption has run rampant through the highest levels of government, and therefore the legacy of Barack Obama must be preserved. Number 8, shame Donald Trump for saying he can get away with molesting women just because he's a celebrity by producing women who claim he molested them, but they never said anything about it because he's a celebrity. Number 9, tell the public that the presidency is yours by right, and anyone who stands in your way is going to get it in the neck big time, believe you me. And number 10, confess to your crimes, beg for forgiveness, resign from the presidential race because America deserves better, get a reality TV show, become a star, then run for president. Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Klavan, and this is The Andrew Klavan Show.
I feel hunky-dunky, life is tickety-boo. Birds are winging, also singing hunky-dunky-doo. Ship-shape, tipsy-topsy, the world is zippity-zing. It's a wonderful day, hurrah, hooray! It makes me want to sing. Oh, hurrah, hooray! Oh, hooray, hurrah!
That's right. That's right. You never get the song out of your head. It's like the earworm to end all earworms. This earworm like eats the other earworms in your head. It's like, all right, it's November 1st. November has come. That means tomorrow it's the mailbag. So this is the time to subscribe. You know, we have all these great deals going on now. You know, if you only pay $1.99, it will take all the ads. I did not know this until recently. You pay $1.99, it'll take all the ads off the site for you, so you can come to the site ad-free. And if you pay the lousy $8 a month, it's free you get a month for free, I think. And then it's $8 a month, and you can be in the mailbag. Send in your questions for tomorrow. We answer them all. Otherwise, your questions go unanswered. You know, I mean, that's the way it works. So we had a party. Jeremy Boring, the God King of the Daily Wire, held a Halloween party at his house last night. And our cultural correspondent, the much beloved Michael Knowles, shows up dressed. I wish we should have taken a picture of him. I couldn't bear. Do you have a picture of him? Yeah. Can you put it up? No. He shows up. He shows up dressed in a short Pocahontas skirt, wearing a blonde wig because he's Elizabeth Warren. So he's not only culturally appropriating the Indians. He's can you see it? Can we see it? Let's see if we can get a. He's not only culturally appropriating the Indians. He's culturally appropriating somebody who's culturally appropriating the Indians. Do we get it? Yeah. All right, and that was on top of course, Shapiro putting up his thug life thing with Taylor, poor Taylor, our beautiful makeup ladies on the back, and now everybody on my Twitter feed. Did you put it on? Yeah. Oh, good. All right, so that you can't get that out of your head, right? So now everybody on my Twitter feed is making these obscene remarks about how lovely Taylor is because my followers are like 12-year-old kids, you know. It's like, there's a babe. I mean, it's flattering, but have a little couth, you people. Just a little bit of class. That's all I ask. All right. Absolute hilarity is ensuing in this political season, I have to say, in the wake of Comey, coming up with these emails. Remember Klavan's second rule of MSM journalism, right? If the scandal is on the right, the story is the scandal. If the scandal is on the left, the story is what kind of rotten guy got this scandal in what kind of illegal ways. So it's all Comey. Here's from Newsbusters. Ever since it was announced on Friday that the FBI was pursuing new leads into the investigation of Hillary Clinton's email server scandal, the big three networks, ABC, CBS, and NBC, have gone into attack mode against James Comey, turning what should be a scandal about Clinton into a smear against the FBI director. This is Klavan's second rule. Do you have that chart? Did you get that chart I sent this? So this is how much of the coverage is about Comey and how much of it is about Hillary Clinton. Beginning with the evening of the announcement through Monday morning, MRC, that's the Media Research Council, analysts, what's that? Center, Media Research Center. Analysts reviewed all statements by reporters, analysts, and partisans that took a position on Comey and Clinton and found arguments against Comey swamped those against Clinton by a ratio of almost 3-1. The New York Times is going insane in real time. It's like journalism dying as you watch it. Like you open the New York Times, and the New York Times, many people don't know this. It used to be a newspaper. It used to be a newspaper. And you pick it up. Here's their story on Trump today. Donald Trump used legally dubious method to avoid paying taxes. The translation of that is Donald Trump used legal methods to avoid paying taxes. I mean, it's like, and we're supposed to care about this. And it says this method was so legally dubious that the law that allowed it was repealed many years later. This is their news story. The other one, of course, is that the investigation into the connections between his campaign and Russia have come up with nothing. All right. So this is let's hear Hillary. This is how Hillary is pushing it.
Why in the world the FBI would decide to jump into an election with no evidence of any wrongdoing with days to go? That's a good question. And first of all, for those of you who are concerned about my using personal email, I understand. And as I've said, I'm not making excuses. I've said it was a mistake and I regret it. And now they apparently want to look at emails of one of my staffers, and by all means, they should look at them. And I am sure they will reach the same conclusion they did when they looked at my emails for the last year. There is no case here.
So Morning Joe put out this compilation how the Democrats reacted to Comey after he didn't indict her, because that's her big argument, right? That is basically her campaign slogan: "Vote for me, I'm unindicted." Right? So when Comey didn't indict her, this was the reaction among Democrats.
What I do know is this, that there was an extensive, as you know, Brett, investigation by the FBI under the direction of a wonderful and tough career public servant, Jim Comey. He's somebody with the highest standards of integrity.
I think Director Comey could not have been more exhaustive.
I am grateful for the professionalism of the FBI and the Department of Justice.
This is a great man. We are very privileged in our country to have him be the director of the FBI.
No one can question the integrity, the competence.
I don't know whether your family's watching this, but I hope that they are as proud of you as I am.
We are so proud of you, Jim. God, it's like we feel like your parents. We're so proud of you. And I love that Harry Reid is in there. Harry Reid is now on the floor of the Senate accusing him of violating the Hatch Act, which forbids any employee of a federal agency of interfering with elections. Reid, he's not only is he slime, he's cowardly slime, because when you speak on the floor of the Senate, you can't be sued. That's why he was always demonizing the Koch brothers. The Koch brothers, just these guys who believe in free enterprise, who contribute to candidates who support free enterprise. Not like George Soros, like this guy in his tower, like the guy. Who's the evil guy from Lord of the Rings? You know, who's in the. Yeah, that's right. He's up there in his tower plotting to control the whole world. The Koch brothers are giving a little money to their candidates, and he's demonizing, but always on the Senate floor, so he can't get sued. He is such a slime. The president, meanwhile, isn't playing. He's forget about it. This is Josh Ernst, the president's spokesman.
The president's assessment of his integrity and his character has not changed. For example, the president doesn't believe that Director Comey is intentionally trying to influence the outcome of an election. The president doesn't believe that he's secretly strategizing to benefit one candidate or one political party. He's in a tough spot.
You see, I have believed this for a long time. There are a lot of people who are afraid that Obama is going to pardon Hillary or something. It's possible, vaguely possible, that if she gets elected, he might do something like that to, keep the investigators off her case. But in Barack Obama's mind, Barack Obama is the greatest president who ever lived. There's Barack Obama and then maybe Lincoln. And this is in Barack Obama's mind. He hates this woman. He thinks she's dirty because Obama is not dirty in the way she is. He's not money dirty the way she is. There's no way he's sacrificing his legacy to get her off the hook. I mean, then he's just Gerald Ford. He's just this guy who got somebody off the hook. He's a machine, Paul, and everything she does after that is on him. And I don't think Obama's going to go there. I don't think he's going to go there. So meanwhile, I just have to play a little bit more of this because some of it is so funny. James Carville goes on TV. Listen to him. He's just gone absolutely nuts. Here he is.
He was acting in concert and coordination with the House Republicans. End of story. He gave the letter to him. They gave it to Fox News. Also, we have the extraordinary case of the KGB being involved in this race and selectively leaking things from the Clinton campaign that they hacked. So the American democracy is really under attack here. And the question is, how are we, and particularly how are Democrats going to respond to this? I mean, we have to understand this is really, really quite extraordinary. And it would seem to me that the FBI shouldn't be getting rolled by the House Republicans. And that's what happened here. There's nothing else that's going on. And at the meantime, we do know that our democracy is under assault by the KGB. I mean, to me, that's something we ought to be talking about. That's a very pertinent, relevant issue in this campaign. And people have to decide, do we want our country for ourselves, or the people in charge, or are we going to let the KGB and the House Republicans decide this election?
I love it because the KGB is in line with the Republicans, who are in line with Fox News, who are in line. It's a massive plot. And that's not even the best one. Here's my favorite, is from Robin Lakoff, professor of linguistics, writing in Time magazine. I'm not making this. You know what? I got to say goodbye if you're on Facebook and YouTube, but you can come over to the Daily Wire and hear the rest. And you should subscribe and send in questions for the mailbag tomorrow.